am.
Comics Pucks, Aka-san here,
What's up,
DC-san.
Super
Breaking news, and we wanted to talk about it. In the world, we just got finished watching the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer, but I wanted to talk about this today before the news gets old. Breaking news: Venom, Let There Be Carnage.
Let there be delays? Are you serious?
Yep. Delayed.
Why?
And all why? For good reason, man. Real good
streaming
reason.
service.
Sony doesn't have a streaming service.
They got Disney Plus.
That's not.
They
Sony.
working together?
No.
They working together.
If Sony was ever gonna do, if
can we release it on your service? We'll get you a cut.
If Sony was ever gonna do it, it'd be with Netflix for sure, and then I'd be down with that because it would look better anyways. But so Venom, Let There Be Carnage may be delayed until 2022. Will more fall movies follow? It was the fourth weekend in July when somebody's trying to write a romance novel. It was the fourth weekend in July when Hollywood began to grasp the terrible extent of 2021's not so hot vax summer of weak ticket sales. From July 23rd to the 25th, Jungle Cruise, the Dwayne Johnson and Emily Blunt embodiment of an old-timey Disneyland amusement ride, premiered to a soft 34.2 million in North American theaters, with another additional 30 million coming from concurrent Disney Plus premium video rentals. Lackluster returns for a brassy kids flick that cost more than 200 million to produce and at least another 100 million to market. Then 2 weeks later, so for the record, people, that's bad. That's really bad. That's really bad. Then, 2 weeks later, as surges in the Delta variant continued to stretch emergency rooms to their breaking point across the continent, Warner Brothers' R-rated supervillain romp, The Suicide Squad, drew similarly underwhelming crowds. Plopped into theaters and onto HBO Max on August 6th, the 185 million action comedy collected a mere 26.5 million in the US and Canada over its opening 3 days, falling short of even the most pessimistic pre-release tracking elements. The studio response was swift, with comfort levels among audience members plummeting from a pandemic high. 81% of respondents stating that they felt very or somewhat okay about buying a movie ticket in July, to 66% earlier this month, according to polling by National Research Group. Paramount yanked that's why Clifford never came out. Paramount yanked it. I didn't know that. I just remembered the trailer, and I'm like, yo, what happened to that movie? Paramount yanked the September 17th release of the Clifford the Big Red Dog, canceling its premiere at the Toronto International Film Festival, and indefinitely delaying distribution of the CG and live-action adaptation. Sony sold global streaming rights for Hotel Transylvania Transformania, the fourth and final installment of Sony Pictures Animation, 1.3 billion grossing Hotel Transylvania franchise to Amazon Studios 100 million. Okay. Blah 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 blah. Basically, yes. So
Delta variant is kicking Hollywood's butt for ticket sales, so everything's getting pushed back and delayed. My question are, Top Gun was supposed to come out.
Yeah.
That got delayed again.
Yeah.
Dune as well.
Oh well, no, Dune got delayed as well.
So it's not going to be December anymore?
Wait. What?
I thought it was being delayed till December.
I thought it was delayed to December.
Yeah. And that was the most recent delay.
I think that's the most recent delay. Yeah, okay. I think for now. That's the thing.
The only reason that somewhat bugs me is because that is a day-and-day release, because Warner still has till the end of the year. For every movie that they have slated to come out in the theater, they have it coming out on their streaming service the same day. But so I'm like, just keep it like that.
However,
until next year.
But
because they've already paid out everybody. They've already paid everybody. That was Scarlett Johansson's rebuttal for what's
Disney,
going on.
Right, with Disney.
Because Warner Brothers did it.
As far as we know, with Warner, they've taken care of everybody. But let's also not forget that of all the people that were against the day and date, the Dune people,
the directors,
they were really
super angry.
Right,
but things weren't. Bear with me. Things weren't as bad then as they are now. Not saying that anything that happened before wasn't bad, because it is. So I don't take that with a grain of salt.
So,
but now it's worse.
For me personally, and I talked about this when Venom was already delayed 3 weeks. Like Venom was supposed to come out in October.
Yeah.
I mean, it delayed. To October, and I was like, whatever. 3 weeks later, it's fine.
And it wasn't that big a deal.
Right, and I was like, let them delay it because I'm probably not going to be seeing it anytime soon for several reasons.
Yeah, having access to it, to watch it in this where you feel safe for it. And also, it's not, like you said, it's not on any streaming services, which would be your go-to.
Shang-Chi, I'm not in rushing to go see that either. And
I might have to.
Really?
I might have to hazmat suit that bad boy. For those that don't know me, I am huge into martial arts, studied as a kid, and I love Kung Fu. That is, like, hands down, one of my absolute favorite things. And I want to support the movie. The actor I like, but even outside of that, just the idea of having that type of character, that type of hero up there, for me, that is the next best thing that I will get to Black Panther.
So you're basically going to Tyra Banks it, essentially, hazmat suit.
Oh, I didn't know she did that. But yeah, I'm
really?
Like,
that was her whole thing. Yo, before Corona, Tyra Banks was on it like nobody else. Like, she used to be up there in a hazmat suit. Every time she would fly, she would be wiping everything down. And
I do that.
We all made fun of her. But
she
now
was
she was not wrong.
Like,
man.
Seriously, I mean, I'm considering putting on a full suit and going to there, and people look at me and say, "Yo, what? I got my ticket, don't I?"
So the thing is, especially out here for us guys in Tokyo, we have had an extreme case of outbreaks. This fifth wave has been
it's been bad.
So the whole hospital thing you guys hear about, we are seeing it out here. Like, people, like, there was a baby that died a few weeks ago.
Yeah, this lady was suspected of contracting COVID.
Right, and no hospital would let her in.
And no hospital let her in, so she was forced to give birth at home, and the baby unfortunately passed. And they're being sued for that, and I think they should.
And even before that, we were hearing all these other stories about people that were getting corona, and like the taxis would be trying to drive them around so many places in Tokyo, and no hospital would help. They would have to drive like 2 to 3 hours away before they finally found a hospital to take them in.
And it'd be a hospital that's in the countryside that has little to no one there, and that's the main reason for them being accepted.
So I mean, it's a legit concern out here, and so I can imagine how it's even a bigger concern in the States as well. So for these movies to get delayed, honestly, like the fan
feels like the best thing
it's the best move for the business, because there's people think that Disney and all these companies, Disney can somewhat take a loss just to kind of stay in the business of making money, and they're still making money on Disney Plus.
And not joking, most of the money was coming from the parks anyway, and the parks are open. So I mean,
but when you're smaller studios, and Sony is a small studio, believe it or not, when you're a smaller studio, when you only have 4 or 5 movies for the entire year,
you're banking on marketing, you're banking on those ticket sales and things. So the unfortunate smart move would be to delay it.
Venom was a runaway hit. It made almost $800 million, surprisingly.
Yeah.
They don't want to take a loss on this.
No.
They don't want to. So it sucks, but the time of the $1 billion movies are unfortunately over at this moment in time. And we were just talking about this with Spider-Man No Way Home. It's like, look, that's a potential for Sony to make a lot of money.
Yeah.
So if things don't clear up anytime soon, I was reading Dr. Fauci was saying that this thing could be over by next spring. Not now.
If
next
people follow
spring.
certain protocols and things, good luck with that.
Right, exactly. And so that's the thing. And that's what a lot of these companies are just going to try to bank on. And furthermore, I honestly feel like a lot of these movies are going to, a lot of these companies are going to have to revamp the way they're making movies. Like, it's going to suck for a while, but honestly, I think a lot of these companies need to either focus on making direct-to-TV type products like the Marvel shows that we've been seeing with WandaVision, Hawkeye, things like that, and or
put the movies on a streaming service budget.
No,
so you're cutting the budget of the film. So
that's what I was saying.
Being like $200-300 million and cutting it down to a quarter of that.
70
and
million.
Use that.
70 million. They got to go almost the route the same way as Joker. We may not be able to have those big CG fest type movies anymore for a few years, but I feel like that's probably going to be the only way a lot of this is going to be panning out for the next year or so, because this is a serious situation, and more people need to take it serious.
For probably another 2 years,
I
realistically.
think so.
Because it'd take at least a year for every country to get access to medicine that's approved by their country standards, and to hopefully cancel out the coronavirus itself. And then it's going to take an additional
at least subdue
year.
It enough, yeah.
It's going to take an additional year for cleanup, recovery, all that kind of stuff. It's going to be a while.
Yeah, and so, it's just not a thing like I've been having this argument with some people on Twitter about this, and it's not a thing about being afraid of the virus. It's a thing about taking responsibility and protecting the people around you. You may not be the person getting sick. You may not be the person dying.
But your neighbor could be.
But you may be the person that's giving the virus that will kill that person. And that's something you're going to have to live with forever. So, delaying not seeing Shang-Chi, I'm fine with that. I can live with that. I can wait till a few weeks later and try to catch it when there's less people right now or whatever. It's just, this is the way it's going to work. And so that's my thoughts. Venom, I wasn't really... I mean, Venom, I was already on the
ropes for.
Essentially that, but I was already thinking I'll just catch it on Netflix just based upon my experience with the first Venom movie. So,
but this one will be like twice as much because Carnage is in it.
Which is exactly why I can wait on that. But, so, let Sony do what they need to do to ensure that it's going to make as much money as it possibly can in this day and age. And we'll see. Red Nation, stand up, speak up. Let me know what you guys think about this. How are you feeling about this? How are you feeling, honestly, in your hometown, your home? Are you feeling the need to see these big blockbuster movies right now? Or has this whole stay-at-home situation taught you, kind of conformed you to this idea of just Disney Plus, home entertainment?
Watching it at home, that kind of stuff.
Like, we're very curious what you have to say. And we'll talk to you on the next one. Peace.